Welcome to the channel, welcome to the crap end of my garden, sort of a dumping ground for all stuff from garden waste and things like that. It's become more of a dumping ground recently. We're looking at doing a bit of a clean up in here basically, as well as replace my garden locker thing with all the tools that are in it because it's fell apart this completely. And it is a cold day because as you can see, got bloody ice on top of it. Anyway, I picked a new one of these up from B&Q. I'm going to say Black Friday deal for 115 quid. That's three months ago plus. The weather's been that bad around it, but today it's nice and sunny. It's bloody cold, but it's nice and sunny. So we're gonna hit in here, clean it all up, replace this, yeah, and do a tip run. So right, let's get all the crap cleaned out from in here. All cleared out. It's not that bad. I know it's covered in mud on the bottom. That's just because it's been a crap area. I would normally have jet washed this, but the ground is absolutely sodden. It's just going to make an absolute mess, and it's raining tomorrow. So we're going to leave it as it is. I've been thinking, originally the tool store was at the end there. I'm thinking it might fit in this area, which means it frees up the space along the side of the workshop. This is the back of my workshop, to paint this over summer, as well as sort out a better drainage solution for the downspout, which it does drop straight into this manhole, you can just see. But it's not the greatest, so we'll be able to do that. I think there's also room to spin it if we need to jet wash this out when I jet wash the rest of the garden. Right, just as an idea of how much crap we're going to have to. That's all going to the tip. That's all staying. Ignore the state of the garden. It does need a clean up. That's the stuff that came out of the lock. Most of that will go back. Let's get the tripod out of the way. That's all going to go to the tip. We've got the rest of this stuff to go to the tip. Things like odd bits of pipe and a couple of these buckets. These are going to stay. We're generally going to get clear everything out of here. I need to go that way to get the new one. Right, let's get this lot moved out of the way and get the new one. And we'll go through where I got it from in a minute. So what did I go with for the locker? Well, I wasn't planning on getting one, and I was in B&Q to pick up some pick and mix and some bits, and they had these on sale on the Black Friday sale back in, what's that, November, for 115 quid. Now Keter is the same one we've had before, and that must have lasted 10 years. The only reason it got damaged was because the top wasn't locked down on it. It kept blowing off and therefore it twisted up the frame. So I was more happy to go with another one of these. The price was really good. I'd say it was 115 quid when it was on offer. And doing a quicker research, I was walking around B&Q. Really good price. So it looks like it's a little bit smaller than the one we had before, which I got from Wix's, I think. But it does have gas struts on the top, so it should hold itself open and hold itself closed as well, a bit more than the other one did, which was just loose, apart from a rubber tie thing at the back to stop it going all the way back, which basically ripped itself out the first bit of wind we got. But I can't fault that one. Lasted really well. So let's have a quick look at this. I'll get the camera, just have a quick look at the dimensions and bits and pieces on it, and then we'll try and get it put together. It says 25 minutes. Probably 25 minutes if you've got a large area to work in. I've got to build it in here because I'm not confident it'll fit through and back into it. But get the camera, show the details. Right, so this is what we got. Store it out max. I can't see a build number on it, but the dimensions are, what's that, 57 by 32 by 40. So it's quite big. Has a cubic capacity of 42 cubic meters or 1200 liters. So you can use it for general garden storage. It'll hold a couple of recycling bins in it, which isn't bad. Let's have a look. Self-locking, I think, takes 25 minutes to build. Waterproof, hydraulic piston, lifts. Just minutes. Yeah, that's the dimensions again. Doesn't require tools apparently, or painting. Well, is that maintenance and painting? We'll see. But I'm assuming it'll screw together like the old one did. So, say 115 quid. Let's see how long it takes to put together. Just picked up a bit of a selection of tools. Obviously, it's in packaging, so I've got a knife. Ferrex 12, is it 12 volt, 4 volt screwdriver, and a normal screwdriver. I don't think I'm going to need more than this to put that together, but if I do, I'll just go grab some. I'll let you know at the end. Right then, let's get a bit of a time lapse. I think I'll do this. I might put it up on the roof. I might put it up on the roof looking down. Or should I leave it here? I don't know. Because if I leave it here, what you're going to see is my arse sticking up as I'm trying to put it together. Let's try it on the roof. Let's make it different. So how did I get on with it? Right, it took about 45 minutes to put it together on my own. You can do it on your own, it's quite straightforward. I was trying to do it in a limited space, and I think that was the problem. But I think 40 minutes, easily do it. Now, a couple of things I did notice, a couple of difficult things, which I'll show you in a second. A couple of difficult screws. Let's have a look. Let me grab this and I'll show you. We had some problems. So the only real difficult screws were these ones with the gas strut, for the simple reason you can get to this one with a drill, not a problem, although it's difficult to get all the way through because this plastic's very flexible. So I think I'm going to do it by hand. There's one just in there, which, to be fair, it's not fully open. You have to get to it from this side. The problem with that is you can't get a drill in to tighten that up. So you have to do that by hand. It's very fiddly to do that. Other than that, it went together pretty well. Now, there were a few problems with putting the screws in. I was using a drill for most of that. Some of the holes aren't countersunk to start off, so getting that first screw to get turning is difficult and keeps slipping away. Probably easy if you'd got a what do you call it, a dowel, a dowel, rowel. You know what I mean? The pointy thing you put up, start holding wood. Mine's gone blank. If you have one of those, just to mark the plastic in some places, so you can get that self-tapping screw to go in. On the plus side, all the screws are the same. Not a problem at all. Everything's the same. Although I did have a bit of a problems getting these in the front. For the simple reason, again, it's all flexible. I have to do it by hand, and I think they should have a slightly shorter screw. It's a minor enough thing, it's all insecure. Right. Comparing it to the previous one, it's a little bit more flexible. It's not as sturdy, particularly on the fronts. And it might just be because it's on an uneven surface. It doesn't, the top doesn't seem to line up when you first put it down, but it will eventually click in. But it needs a bit of a whack. That could be the fact that I'm on an uneven surface, so it might be twisting it. That could be my fault. But I do like the way it latches, so I'll show you that. The previous one, this just a little bit of a plastic that hooked over onto a thing that popped out for a bolt through. This is a much more solid mechanism, so that physically, you see underneath here, physically clicks in to the top of this, which then lifts out. That on the bottom, there's a little thing here so you can lift it with your foot, which then allows you to open it. I do like that little bottom one, so let's see. Close it, lock it. Oops. You see what I mean by the flexibility of it? It's a little bit all over the place. You lock that down, hole comes up, hole matches that one. This may or may not click in. Let's see, it doesn't seem to be. There you go, that's gone in it. It's a bit of a bang. I think it's just twisted because you can see it's a bit wallowing. I might have to put a frame underneath it. And then you can put a bolt through that to secure it. Yeah, it's not about 115 quid on offer. I can't remember what it was. I think it was 150 quid originally, but they might have them back in again fairly soon at B&Q. So happy with that. Right, I'm gonna go fill it with stuff, get rid of all my stuff, my crap, and put it back in here, and then we'll do a bit of an ending to this video. So had a brew. I've been able to tidy up and put stuff back in here. I have levelled this. There's a, I don't know if you can see it. There's a block of, I think it's limestone I've got there, or Yorkstone that I'd left over from the garden, and it's levelled it, and it's closing absolutely perfectly now, and it's not twisting as much, which is fantastic. So absolutely fine. It was my floor that was the problem. I've also added some more of my garden bits and pieces. These things like rockery stones and some old bricks and bags of sand and bags of gravel and things like that. Stuff that will come in useful at some point one day. You've got to keep hold of it. I'm getting rid of a load of other stuff though. Anyway, the main thing here was to clean this up, which has been done, and build that. And yeah, it does all right. It's a little bit smaller than the other one, which is quite a good thing because I can move it around, because obviously I need to paint the shed and I need to jet wash the floor at some point over summer. But yeah, you go and get one of those, and they're on offer about 115 quid because some of them are really expensive. Yeah, I'd probably recommend it. As long as it's on a level floor, it'll absolutely fine. And you need a bit of space to build it. On the instructions, it suggests you put it down carpet. He's building one of these inside. You're building this in an awkward position, aren't you, to try and fit it in somewhere. But yeah, it can be done with one person. There was a few screws left over, and there was with the option to have the bin stored in there. They have chains and hooks, so when you open the top of it, opens the bin lids and things like that. I'll be using the ones left over on the main one we've got in the front of the house, because they just disappeared. Anyway, yeah, bit of a, we're in spring yet, we're still in winter. Bit of a winter tidy of an area that you need doing before the weather closes in again. Right, if you made it this far and this was useful, let me know, and thanks for watching.